All right, this is where things stop feeling like random internet hype and start feeling real. For months, the DJI Avata has lived in that strange space between rumor and possibility. We have seen blurry images floating around social media, heard insider whispers from supposed supply chain contacts, and watched leaked renders that honestly could have been made by anyone with decent Photoshop skills. In the drone world, speculation is constant. New model names appear in forum threads every other week. Concept images circulate. Fake spec sheets get shared. Most of it fades away. But every now and then, something surfaces that changes the tone completely. This time, it was official firmware evidence, and that shifts everything. When a product name appears inside DJI's own beta software, not on a fan forum, not in a YouTube thumbnail mockup, but embedded directly inside internal system files, that is when the conversation moves from guesswork to near certainty. DJI has a pattern, and if you have followed previous launches from DJI, you will recognize it immediately. Their products almost always surface in beta firmware builds weeks before public announcements. It has happened repeatedly with past drones, cameras, and accessories. Firmware leaks are essentially the unofficial pre-launch signal. They are the quiet drumbeat before the main reveal. So here is what happened. Inside a recent beta build of DJI's Goggles software, testers discovered a short internal instruction clip. It is only about 15 seconds long. The quality is extremely low resolution, nothing cinematic, nothing polished. But the visual quality is not the important part. What matters is what the interface shows. The device is clearly labeled as DJI Avata 360. Not a code name, not a placeholder, not some generic development tag. The actual product name appears plainly inside official firmware. That detail alone carries serious weight. By the time internal instruction videos are integrated into beta builds, the hardware is typically finalized. Test units are already circulating among internal teams. Documentation is largely complete. Manufacturing pipelines are either active or ready to ramp. This is not the phase where companies are still debating core features. This is the stage right before launch. That means this is not an early concept drone or a shelved experiment. This is launch stage hardware preparing for the spotlight. Now let's talk about what makes this drone potentially different from previous models. Earlier leaked promotional images showed something unusual. 2 camera modules, one mounted on the top and one on the bottom. At first, the community was confused. Some people thought the images were fake. Others speculated it might be a modular system or an interchangeable mount. But once bundle leaks began mentioning 8K 60 FPS HDR panorama video, the pieces started to align. 2 lenses, full spherical capture, true 360-degree recording. If that specification turns out to be real, this is not just another FPV drone refresh. It represents a significant shift. Traditionally, FPV flying demands commitment to your framing before takeoff. You angle your camera. You anticipate the movement. You plan your shot in real time. If you miss the framing mid-flight, you land and try again. Precision is everything. The pilot and the camera become one continuous decision-making loop. With 360 capture, that entire philosophy changes. You no longer frame your shot in the air. You capture everything around you, every angle, every direction. Later in post-production, you reframe the footage. You can rotate perspective, crop vertically for social platforms, create cinematic pans long after the drone has landed. The creative control shifts from pre-flight planning to post-flight flexibility. Instead of obsessing over pointing the camera perfectly mid-flight, you focus purely on movement, speed, creativity, and flow. The drone becomes a motion capture device rather than a single perspective camera platform. That is a powerful change for creators. It lowers the pressure during flight and expands the possibilities afterward. For action sports, travel content, immersive storytelling, and even professional commercial work, the flexibility of reframing could be transformative. It essentially merges FPV intensity with 360 storytelling. There are also indications that the Avata 360 may be slightly larger than the current DJI Avata 2. In the leaked interface clip, it briefly appears next to the previous model, and the size difference is noticeable. Not dramatically larger, but enough to suggest internal upgrades. That added space could serve multiple purposes. Processing 8K 360 footage requires significant computational power. Real-time stitching or advanced onboard stabilization would demand stronger chips and better thermal management. A larger body could also accommodate a higher capacity battery, potentially improving flight time despite heavier camera hardware. The dual-lens system alone would require additional internal architecture. Sensors, processing boards, data pipelines, and heat dissipation all become more complex. This does not look like a minor refresh or a cosmetic update. It looks like a structural redesign built around a new recording philosophy. Another interesting design detail involves the sensor layout. From available imagery, there appear to be multiple forward-facing obstacle sensors, but no obvious rear-facing sensors. That actually makes sense for an FPV-focused drone. Most FPV flying emphasizes forward motion, diving through structures, chasing vehicles, flowing through tight environments. Rearward obstacle avoidance is less critical in that style of flight. This suggests DJI is not trying to transform this drone into a fully autonomous cinematic platform. Instead, it appears optimized for immersive action with targeted safety enhancements where they matter most. There are also rumors that the Avata 360 might use 4-blade propellers instead of traditional 3-blade configurations. 4 blades can provide smoother thrust and improved stability, especially when carrying additional camera hardware. Stability becomes essential when capturing ultra-high-resolution 360 footage. Micro vibrations can disrupt stitching alignment and reduce image quality. Every small mechanical refinement matters at 8K resolution. If DJI is indeed prioritizing smoother propulsion and reduced vibration, it reinforces the idea that image integrity is central to this drone's identity. One of the most encouraging reports for current users is compatibility. Leaks suggest the Avata 360 will work with existing DJI goggles and controllers. If true, that is a strategic move. Forcing users into a brand new ecosystem can create friction and slow adoption. Allowing compatibility lowers the barrier to entry. If you already own compatible goggles, you may only need to purchase the drone itself. That makes upgrading more financially accessible and strengthens customer loyalty. Bundle leaks also indicate multiple purchase configurations: drone-only packages, fly more combos, and bundled goggle kits. This mirrors DJI's established launch strategy. They typically provide tiered options to accommodate both new buyers and experienced pilots who already own accessories. The presence of detailed bundle charts further reinforces how close this product likely is to official announcement. As for timing, expectations have shifted over the past few months. Initially, many anticipated a holiday release that never materialized. Later, February was mentioned in internal whispers, but delays seem to push that timeline back. Right now, March appears to be the strongest prediction, and based on historical patterns, that makes sense. Firmware leaks typically surface several weeks before announcements. Then pricing information begins to circulate. Review units quietly reach select creators. The pattern aligns almost perfectly with the current situation. Of course, there are still unanswered questions. Flight time remains unconfirmed. Battery capacity details are unknown. Final global pricing has not been verified. Sensor size, dynamic range performance, and the efficiency of internal 360 stitching are all still mysteries. Will the 8K claim be full sensor capture or digitally enhanced? How seamless will horizon leveling be? How much control will users have over stitching parameters? These are important considerations for professionals evaluating real-world use. However, DJI's track record suggests careful refinement rather than rushed experimentation. When they pivot into new categories, they usually do so with substantial internal testing and iterative improvements. The Avata line itself was a deliberate step toward making FPV more accessible to mainstream creators. A 360 integrated variant would feel like a natural evolution rather than a reckless leap. So here we stand. Official firmware confirmation, a leaked internal instruction clip, consistent promotional imagery, 8K 360 recording claims, compatible ecosystem rumors, likely March timing, This no longer feels like speculative hype. It feels imminent. The pieces align too cleanly to dismiss. If the DJI Avata 360 delivers even close to what these leaks suggest, it could represent one of the most significant shifts in FPV drone design in recent years. Not just a specification upgrade, not just better resolution, a conceptual shift in how FPV content is captured and edited. A move from rigid in-air framing to flexible post-production storytelling. A blending of adrenaline-driven flight with immersive spherical media. Now we wait for the official reveal. And if history repeats itself, that wait will not be long. When DJI steps onto the stage and confirms what firmware has already hinted at, the conversation will move from speculation to hands-on analysis. Until then, the signals are clear, the evidence is mounting, and the next chapter in FPV evolution appears ready to unfold.